Hello there. My name is Yanni. I'm the co-founder of EagleMMS, and today we're doing a case study on a 22 Venza. This is actually a part of one of Larry's estimate reviews for one of his clients in Rhode Island. This thing got hit back in the rear right quarter over here. I don't have a good photo of it, but you can see the quarters all smashed up. It dragged along the rear body panel with it and did some structure damage to the floor and I think to the rail. I don't have a better picture, but I do have the estimate that was written for this car. And this is what we're going to be going off of for a write in Eagle. We're going to be comparing itemization to rate pay, and in this particular instance we also have an RMC Mitchell. We're going to be comparing it to that as well. And this writer did a particularly good job of itemizing a lot of stuff on his estimate. We're going to be comparing to that as well. So let's go ahead and give this a write. We're going to do new RO here. This is a passenger vehicle, 22 Toyota Venza. And this is a tri-coat. It's a pearl white, 089, platinum white pearl. I'm going to go ahead and call this a crossover small SUV. Just as far as refinish options up here, just because I know this guy has it written, I'm going to be doing epoxy panel backsides, and we are doing an up and over full unicide for the quarter. Just going to scroll down here. So we're doing a quarter panel replacement with a full unicide as well. We're going to be doing a blend on the hinges on the front door and the rear door as part of the unicide. So I'm going to select 4 hinges. I am also going to do 2 spray outs for a pearl white. And rear door, we're doing just a blend. Quarter panel I've already selected. There's some repair time on the wheelhouse, which I might do a dent kit for. Rear suspension, rear body, and full floor. So the rail is being replaced. He's blending a hatch, replacing a bumper, and then the rear body panel here as well. I'm not selecting the reinforcement beam. I believe these are just E-coated black. It's not a refinishable part. Replace. Very cool. Very well written estimate. Usually don't get the liberty of that on these case studies. So, all right, cool. Let's move along here. I'm going to do trunk floor as well because he does have trunk floor refinish as well for the repair time. So I'm going to do 6 hours of dent time for the rail and straightening of the floor. I'm going to do glass R&I. This shop does do glass in-house, and they're removing both the quarter glass and the hatch glass for the blend. I'll show you what I have in here. It's just a single step primer and the window urethane with a cut wire. I'm going to do quarter panel replacement. I am going to modify this kit. This shop does not use easy coat. They're just using epoxy. There's no chip guard on this one. What else? They have a full tube of panel bond for both the quarter and for the rear body panel. No sound deadening. And we're going to keep half tube of seam seal. This looks good to me. All right, so that's our quarter. We're going to do a rear body panel. I'm going to modify this one as well. Again, no easy coat, no impact adhesive, but we are going to be doing 100% of the panel bond. Chip guard for the floor, seam sealer. I'm going to remove the spot weld bit because I already have a spot weld bit in my quarter kit. I'm just going to presume that they're doing all of the drilling for this car on a single bit. I think that's a fair assumption. We're going to modify that. We're going to do a bumper prep. This is an Enviro-based shop, and I know they're using the One Choice products, which is exactly what I have here. Adhesion promoter, clean and scuff sponge. And I think that should do it for what is written here. Just going to peruse this real quick. Awesome. All right. No hardware. I usually do 0 markup on these case studies just to show the system at list. Again, this shop is in Rhode Island, so I'm going to be doing a 25% markup because they do have that protected by law. I have the law in this this tab here. This is H6324, and it essentially calls out tabulating materials in a variety of ways, including automotive industry standard markup, which is 25%. There's a couple of other cool things in this statute. I have this in the resources tab of the app itself. So I'm going to hit apply. We've got $2,900 on paint materials. We've got $1,500 on body materials, for a total billable amount of just about $4,500. So definitely a heavy one. Let's render this invoice and do some comparisons here. So we have 089 platinum white pearl, ground and pearl layer, a little over 1 kilo each. Our epoxies, our primers, sealers, clears, activators, reducers, adhesion promoters, masking tapes, masking papers, tack rags, detailing products, then all of our coarse abrasives, fillers, glazes, $1,500 on body materials. Now for the paint materials only, this is interesting. So 46.8 refinish hours at a rate of $30 per hour is only $1,400. Now, granted, that is an atrocious rate, which is why this shop is using RMC, which yielded another $1,300. So $1,300 plus $1,400 is about $2,700 in paint materials. Eagle is at $2,900, so that's about a $200 difference. And then on the body materials, we're at $1,500. And just as far as that, I've gone through the trouble of adding up and all the itemized charges this individual wrote on the estimate. They did a very, very good job of getting the panel bonds, the window kits, shank masking for the front windshield, cavity wax, corrosion protection, etching primer, adhesion promoter, all that stuff. So I added that up to do a fair comparison here. So they're at $793 on all their itemized charges, and if you add the rate pay amount, which is $1,404, plus the Mitchell run, which is $1,293, the total in materials between rate pay, Mitchell, and the appraiser's ability to itemize on the estimate yields about $3,500. We are at $4,500. So still a $1,000 difference on what is by all means an exceptionally well-written estimate. But yeah, that's basically the comparison. Just another link I'd like to draw here. If you do paint fluids only, so I can filter down my invoice to certain subcategories, but if I do paint fluids only and I reapply, I will get $2,300, which is very well in line of what I would have gotten with Mitchell. So I do this on every now and then when I see a Mitchell line. I do a comparison between fluids only in Eagle and then what's yielded through RMC, and they're usually within single-digit percentages of each other, and then this is no exception. So I think if you add these two, you're at $2,700. Eagle is at $2,400 on fluids only. So there's also the non-fluid paint materials, and then there's also the body materials. And again, this individual did a great job itemizing, but we were able to capture quite a bit more using Eagle at 25% markup. Again, that's protected by Rhode Island. So that's it. That's what we have for this one. I'm just going to go and re-render this real quick. So we're at 4.5 again total. That's a $1,000 difference over everything yielded just on the estimating platform. And if you guys want to learn more about EagleMMS, about the benefits of itemization, the accuracy, the documentation, and how it can facilitate the materials part of your claim, please feel free to visit us online at EagleMMS.com. We run public webinars every single Tuesday at 11 o'clock. Feel free to register for a session to receive the access link, and we'll do a full run through of the system, and I'm happy to answer any and all questions. So look forward to seeing you there. Thank you. Take care.